Alright, it's gonna be tough to get all in the same shot. We don't mess around with stuff that's this big.
Yeah. You do cars.
Well, yeah, cars are bigger than this. But
It's like we have never done something as big as a guitar. Like we only do cars and stuff.
So, I got this at the thrift store, and I thought of you. The reason I picked it, well, I thought you might want to play it, right? Because it's supposed to be an electric guitar. But it didn't work. It has like a volume knob, and I didn't know how to turn it on. Like I thought it would click. A lot of volume knobs
Click, yeah.
click when you go, just like the walkie-talkie does. But this one's kind of weird. You have to pull it up to turn it on. And you see what it's shaped like a pig nose. See it? It's got its tusks here. It's kind of a weird button. But the company is called Pignose. I looked it up. There used to be Pignose amps. They were like this small. And then that company took the circuit of that and put it inside the guitar. So you don't have to take a separate amp with you. So if we can get this working, it should sound like an electric guitar. I already opened up the back of it. This is like the speaker grill. And so if we flip it over carefully, we can get it why I think it's not working. And then I'm going to see if you would be willing to help me fix it. Okay? Alright, so let's flip it over. Alright, so I already could tell that somebody done like a bodge or like they kind of tried to repair this themselves by twisting these instead of soldering them properly, and then they wrapped them with electrical tape. And electrical tape always, it's all sticky and gross. That 100% is what electric tape always does. So you never want to use it with your electronic projects. Okay, you see here's the speaker here, there,
yes.
And then that tiny little circuit board is the amplifier. And then there's a little volume adjustment right there with a screwdriver. And so what we want to do is plug in this and see if we can get it working. Okay, so take that, and then you'll see when it's plugged in here, it's supposed to go inside here and go like that. Don't let the red wire and the black wire touch each other.
Yeah.
You know that? Fire. Sparks for sure. All right. So now match up those to these and then click them together. Okay. Cool. So now, being mindful that these two don't touch, I'm gonna reach over here and turn it on.
Yeah.
See? Nothing. Okay? Usually you hear something. If we take it out, do you see anything that looks strange with this circuit board?
This one's kind of lopsided.
Yeah, that's one. And what else?
This one's also kind of.
Yeah, some of them can be lopsided as long as they're soldered in on the backside, but
Yeah.
it's a good eye. Anything else? A lot of these,
Oh look, wait. This one's out.
that wire's not connected to anything, right?
No.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So that's, in the industry they call that a cold solder joint. It means that someone went to go solder it, like melt it to the circuit board, and they goofed and they didn't do it properly. And so over years it wiggled and eventually popped out just like that. Let me get a close up with it. There you go. You want to show them the cold solder joint? The disconnected wire? Which one is it?
Yep.
That one. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, exactly. So it's not connected. Now, you see where it says the plus sign?
Yes.
In that little hole?
Yeah, that's what I thought we were going to.
Stick it inside there and see if anything starts making noise. Why don't you strum the key? There's something. See, that's louder. It means the amplifier is working. Cool. So that just means we have to re-solder that connection, and we should be good to go. And then I bought some replacement, a new one of these, and so we'll rip this thing completely out and put a new one in. That way we don't even have to solder and fix all of this. We can just replace it. Okay. All right. Let's go do that, and then we'll come back and see if we can put it all back together. So, take that circuit board out. Yeah, just kind of pull it up gently, and then flip it upside down and take that foam off. That foam is just to keep it from vibrating too much, and we want to save it so we can use it for the next one. So, okay.
Sticky.
Yeah. No, it's just got more complicated. We have to undo this cover right there. So, in anticipation of doing this, I bought some of these on Amazon. Some of those look familiar? And it's like, so this way, the now I realize one of these might not be long enough to go all the way in there, so we might have to connect to where it used to go, or reuse these wires that are in here. But no big deal. It's best to just replace it completely when someone's done a kind of a crappy job of it. And for people following along at home, I'll put a link to these down in the description if you're doing something similar. Anytime you're going to order a 10-cent part like this, it's best to just get $1's worth and have 10 of them, or in this case 9 extra ones, as a backup or to include in your parts bin.
The person that donated.
The person that donated it might be watching it, yeah. Or just somebody else that has this same kind of guitar and theirs is broken. What do you do sometimes? You go on YouTube and look for how to fix it, right?
Yes.
And then they'll find this video. Sometimes you're making a video, it's just for the 4 people that that need it. And then other times people just like watching this stuff get fixed. So I'm going to set these aside. And I'm going to try and get that black thing off. Nice. Ooh. Cool. So I thought we were going to have to go in there and find out where this thing goes. But the one we're replacing it with isn't even long enough to get back in there anyhow, right? So now we have to kind of adjust what we're going to do. So let's reuse their wires and we'll just desolder here, or maybe just cut it and start fresh. And then we'll put our new one on there, okay? On just the black one, a little bit higher right there. There you go. You want to keep some of the length because you don't know how much you need.
Yeah.
You don't want to cut off length. Then we cut this one too. Perfect. Nice. So trash stacks, don't need it. And then I'll strip these so you can see how to do it. You see there's these little notches in here, and they have the different numbers. They get it's a weird standard because as the numbers get higher, the holes get smaller, meaning the cables get smaller. So we'll start with the biggest one.
Basically golf.
Like golf? What do you mean?
Or like, it's like the higher, the more points you get, the lower you are.
Oh yeah, the more tries you took, it means
Yes.
that you're not as good a golf player.
Right.
Kind of like that, yeah. Okay, so now
That's the first thing that came to mind.
Totally. So now we're gonna use these little holders here. Yeah, and you pick that up with your right hand. But
Wait, can I?
from underneath like this, come up underneath it like that and pick it up like a marker. Yep, just like that. You got it. There you go. You'll see if it gets so much on there that it can't handle the weight of it, it'll drip down like a water drop, like a drop of water. And it'll fall down on whatever's below you, so you be mindful of where it's going to go. This is the solder.
Yeah. And
then what you're going to do is you're going to hold it right next to it, right here, like that. And then this is your soldering iron, the hot wire. You're going to touch that metal circle and the wire that's poking through at the same time. And then as soon as they melt, you're just going to touch it with this one to add a little bit. And then if you see something get added, bail out on both and just go like that. And then it'll turn solid.
Okay, so.
Okay. So, yep, in with the iron, when it's melted, touch it with the solder, let some flow in there, and then get out.
Okay.
Get a little bit closer to it with the iron. Perfect. That's very nice. Good job. Now, the true test is to come in here like this and just feel the wire and see it's solid in there. You literally melted metal and you mixed it with the other metal. And so anytime you mix metals, that makes you an alchemist. So congratulations, you're an alchemist. So now these came pre-tinned. Okay, tinning means flowing some solder on the wire already, or the object that you're about to solder. Whenever you add a little bit of solder to it, it's called tinning it. All right. So this one's already tinned, but do you see the difference on this one? This one kind of looks like gold colored or like copper colored. It's not tinned. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna connect these two like this, melt them together, and then we're gonna slide a little piece of this tube over it to protect it from getting shorted out on something. So we cut off like 1 inch of this and give me 2. You can use the wire cutters there. Here's the part I forget to do a lot. You have to slide it down the wires first before you connect them.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Because if you solder it first, there is no room to put it on, I guess. Or like,
Yeah, if these two were connected like that, how would you get it on the wire?
Or let's say this ends like over here.
You won't be able to get it on there, right? Exactly.
Unless you're a magician, yeah.
Cool. So we're gonna slide it on first. You can slide it on the battery snap side, or you can do the guitar side. It's up to you. And then slide it all the way down to the bottom because those are heat activated. When they get hot, that little tube it shrinks up. They actually call it heat shrink tube. Sometimes they get real fancy with the names. All right, you did 2 of them, so do one for the black side, the negative side. Now I'm gonna put these 2 together, and then you're gonna melt them. You're gonna touch them both at the same time with the iron. Okay. Yeah, you get a little bit on there. Perfect. Touch them. Top. A little more. Left. That's it. Good job. Touch the 2 of those and hold it for a second. Let it melt all the way through. Done. That's it. You did it. Once you have it, if you're soldering something and you think you got it, just check it. If you go back in, it might melt stuff and make it worse, and it'll never get as good as it was the first time.
Yeah.
Okay, so now put your iron away. Very good. And then each time, did you see how you put a little bit of solder on there?
Yes.
That's what you do because it protects the tip. It wants to oxidize, but now it's just going to oxidize the solder that's on there, and you can flick it off, and so you get fresh tip again. Okay. So now, because we were smart and we put our heat shrink on, so now you can slide these down, the tubes down, and cover up the soldering that we did.
The ugly stuff.
So, very good. Slide them over. Perfect. Just gonna take a peek at where it was. Very nice. See if I go too far, I can melt the wire, and then we'll start all over again. Okay. So check out that red one. You want to feel it? You can kind of see it and feel that's still warm. But you can see the wire inside there and it's squeezed down on it, and that protects it. Okay. So now, I think we can test it before we put it all back together. Okay. All right. I'll figure that out off camera. But that's where it's going to go, and then we'll tighten those up. So reach underneath here. Nice. Okay. So now we have to set the maximum volume. So let's turn this all the way up. And then, while that's up and you're doing that, can you see in the camera? Can you see my fingers and my screwdriver? Cool. I'm gonna let you flick it, and then I'm gonna turn it up on here and adjust the volume. Okay? So.
Ready?
Yep. That's down. Do it again. Here, right there, we got kind of crazy. That's called distortion. We want a little bit of that, but not too much. There you go. Now turn the volume down. Volume down. Cool. Oh, that's why. There's stuff on the magnetic pickups. Pull those off. Pull them out. Pull them out. Yeah. Okay. That's. There you go. Cool. That's messed it up. Got it. Very nice.
Is this your first time playing a guitar?
I think so. Yeah.
Maybe just fixing a guitar.
I restringed a guitar once, but that's just kind of like fixing it. But that was that's about all I did. And then I double checked make sure all the pickups. These are called pickups. They pick up the vibrations from the wire, so they're called pickups. And I just made sure those were all aligned properly and cleaned. In anticipation of fixing it, I thought if we got it working, it would deserve its own guitar strap. And this one's from a nice company called Fender. They make really good guitars. So, do you want to get that thing going on there? And then I also bought us some guitar picks. And a guitar pick holder.
Nice. Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, look at all these cool colors.
Yeah, too many.
Thanks everybody for joining. Appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more random projects, and maybe Ellie coming and helping out occasionally here. Great job with the soldering today. No. Did you have fun soldering?
Yes.
Yeah. What was the coolest part about soldering?
melting metal.
Melting metal, very nice.
The whole part, yeah.
Cool. All right, good job.